Hello, everyone. I would like to explain this assignment for a week 5. So before you do anything, please download the assignment you can see in Blackboard. So after you install it in your computer, unzip the code, and then you have opened it in IntelliJ IDEA. So that is what we are going step to step. First, we go here. We click on the new because we have an existing code. You click on project from existing source. Click here and then go the way you download the code. So I download it in the week 5. Here is the unzipped project. I click this guide and select folder. And then here they ask you, do you want to coming from the Eclipse or Maven or Gradle? None of them. Just let it as it is by default. Go to the next. And here, if you want to change the project of name or the root where they want to location of your project will be, you can change the location here. I let it as it is by default. And then again, next, because I downloaded, they ask me it will be override. And here, because I have a 2 JDK in my computer, 25 and 21, they ask me which one you want to work. I click here 25. If you have 17, is okay. 17 version of Java, 25 version or 25, either of them work, no problem. So I select 20 version of Java 25, and then I create the project and say, yes, this is, if I want to keep this window and open this project in another window, I clicked new window, but I want to override this window. Okay. When you do this step, here's what you can see. So you can do source, everything is here in the source. So if you go to we have a package. The main package is education, CIC 505, week 5, assignment 5.2. So we have a 5 sub-package here: application, enumeration, model, and SPI. So first, let's go with the SPI. So in the SPI, you have a 2 interface. And I created for you, so you don't have to do anything else. I just want to explain what is here. So in this interface, we created one get ID method, and any class want to implement this interface have to implement this method. And also we have a one default method. You know what is default method? As we explained in the concept of the course, default method in the interface is a method that we have a we write concept for that method. As you can see here in this method with the name of label, we return get ID. So, and we add we return a string in fact. For example, get ID is 1, 2, 3, 4. So we returned open bracket 1, 2, 3, 4, close bracket. That is what it's doing. Another interface with the name of prefixable, they only return a job. And take a look at this is a default method. So that is the first one. You don't have to do anything on this here. The second one, let me explain for you. This is enumeration. So as you read the assignment, for the priority, we have a low, normal, high, urgence. So I write it here. Again, you don't need to do anything here. Another enumeration is for service type. For each service type, when they deliver or pick up, we have a different range. For example, for delivery, we have a $1.25. For the pickup, 0.85. And for the last one, we have a $1 rate per miles. And also, we have a one private final double variable with the name of rate per miles, as you can see here. So we create a constructor here. Take a look at as I mentioned, is similar to class, but instead of class, we write enum. That's the only difference. And here is the first thing you should do. So at this enumeration, we have a method with the name as price for mile. So the input parameter is miles, and what is result? Result will be double. So you should calculate the price for mile. So as you can see here, that is the first to do. To do means you have to write your code here. To do one is write your code here for assignment 5.2. What you should write? You should calculate placeholder price for this project. How you can calculate, I explained here. You should mileage, for example, when you said 10 mileage, and how much is the price here? 1.25 if you send a delivery. So it's calculate 10 multiple 1.25. And here is the code, right? Price multiple, what is that? Mileage multiple right per miles. And you should write your code here. So right now it's return 0. So that's the first thing. And the second thing is go to the model or job is here. So in this class, we implement two interface, label and prefixable. So here we have a few properties. ID, service type is enumeration, priority, and mile and base fee. So we have a constructor. We use all of them here. And then for the second to do, you have validation. So here we used getter and setter for all of this item, for all of the property. So for example, the second thing you have to do, you should write validation here. Validation, you shouldn't check it. It shouldn't be null, non-null. And fallback is if it wasn't null, you have to assign it with a no idea. So far, so good. The second one is for set service type. As you can see, to do 3 is again for validation. It shouldn't be null. Should validate it here. The 4 to do is again validation. It's for priority. So the priority, if you go here, priority is enumeration, correct? And check it. The validation, this case shouldn't be null. And also the second, the 5 to do is validation for set mileage. We cannot set the mileage for 0. So check here. And also another validation for the base fee. So base fee should greater than or equals 0. So you should write, so to do 2 until 6, you only need to write the validations. So far, so good. So it's piece of a cake. And the last one is a label. So label, when you print your label, you should see something like job-001. And I explain what is that. So this part is not completed. You should complete this part. Why? Because if I go here in the label, you only can get an ID. So ID open bracket plus ID close bracket. So if I back to the code, you cannot generate these guys, correct? So you should find something, you should add something here. And that is a little tricky. Think about that to do 7. And to do, the last to do is to do 8, you should calculate the total fee. And total fee, so we have a base fee, and then you should calculate base fee plus service type for each mile. For example, 10 mile, as I explained it in enumeration, both of them will be calculated. Right now, it returns 0, and you should fix it and correct it. So far, so that is all you should do. So let's tell you a big project, and here in the API, the application, we have a class with the name of demo, current demo. So we created 8 objects of Java. J, job J1, job J2, and job 3. And for each of them, the first object, the ID is 01. The service type for this guys is delivery. Take a look at. Here we use enumerations. And the second is priority, go to high or normal or urgent. And here is how many miles they have this distance and the base fee. And then we print the label, and then we print the total fee. If so, when you install the code, the first thing you are doing, go to here, to this class, to demo, right click and hit run. And it should be running for you. But the problem is all of them is 0, and you should fix it. And also the job is not what I expected. I expected job dashed, I expected something like that. Let me write it here for job dash 1001. Something like that. But here, so you should fix this part and also all of this part. And it's easy. And then when it's if you can see this information, it means that you download the code correctly, and all of the configuration for your IntelliJ ID is correct. So you can run your code here. And so what you should see, I want to show you, after you fix the problem, what will be the result. So when you fix the code and after you run here, you should see the result like this. So it should be job this guy. So add a job dash in front of all of the job number, job ID. And I told you where you should go, in which classes. You should go in the class model, in the package model, in the job. And also it calculate total fee. Here we printed J1 label. So they printed everything and then calculate the total fee. So you don't need to change anything at the demo, Courier demo here. So, but after you write your code, you should see the result like this. And if you have any question, please let me know. And after you write the code and you finish it, please zip your file and submit it for me. Have a good one. Good luck.